Officially reinstated, Charles has an urgent meeting with Lady Susan Hussey and Anne, ready to sue Meghan. Lady Susan Hussey previously apologised to activist Ngozi Fulani following a racist incident at a Buckingham Palace reception last year. Lady Susan, 83, Prince William's godmother and a lady-in-waiting to the late Queen, joined King Charles III and Princess Anne for a service at St Mary Magdalene Church on the Sandringham estate in Norfolk on Sunday. Lady Susan Hussey was seen alongside members of the royal family for the first time since resigning from a palace aide position, following a racist incident at Buckingham Palace this fall. The long-time lady-in-waiting to the late Queen Elizabeth was pictured walking to and from church service at St Mary Magdalene in Sandringham on Sunday, a service that King Charles and Princess Anne also attended. The church is the royal family's go-to during stays at Sandringham House, the late Queen's beloved country retreat in Norfolk. Lady Susan's latest appearance signifies that she remains within the royal fold. She's still a member of King Charles's team. King Charles seems to be having an urgent meeting with Lady Susan and Princess Anne to gather evidence against Meghan. From the fact that the Duchess tried to plant Fulani in the royal charity party to tarnish the royal image and caused a huge controversy while on the other side of the pond, the Sussexes are having a PR strategy for themselves through the Netflix show and Harry's memoir Spare. At the time, Fulani came as a +1 of another guest. She herself was never invited. This was a planned attack against someone at Buckingham Palace, and Lady Susan was the unlucky one to try to have a conversation with her. Her clothing and hairstyle was a setup also. Why dress in clothing that is not clothing of the country of which you were born and raised? It's like she appropriated another country's culture just to draw attention to herself. The royal is calling out to Meghan and Harry for their coordinated effort, re Lady Susan. Mimi is a low-life bully who uses any means to get her way and destroys anyone who denies her or makes her feel inferior. One day at least one of the children will do the same or worse to her, no doubt. The Markles, or at least Meghan, were involved in the Lady Hussey incident. It's just too much of a coincidence that Fulani was clearly a sugar, memorised the conversation or recorded it, and did the rounds with the media straight afterwards. And then there's the timing of the Markles wanting an apology story straight afterwards. I assume Harry went off script by defending Lady Susan Hussey recently, similar to how he contradicted Meghan's story about the royal R-word at the end of the Oprah interview. The real target here was Camilla, who didn't bite the phony get-up, and sadly they went after Lady Susan. Scotland Yard, MI5 or even MI6 should start an investigation on these online attacks that the royal family are getting. Lady Susan, who's Prince William's godmother, stepped back as a Buckingham Palace aide in November following reports she made rude comments to an uninvited guest, Ngozi Fulani, from charity Sister Space, but now Lady Susan is fully reinstated. The palace added, King Charles and Queen Camilla as well as other members of the royal family have been kept fully informed of the incident and are pleased that both parties have reached this welcome outcome, courtiers included.